You need to place more importance on the dominoes in your life. Let me explain. And this is going to be from a client session, and she gave me permission to share. This is when you are an overachiever and a very self-aware girly who is discounting all of the forward movement that you are making, which ends up undermining all of your potential success. So when I went to her energy field, I saw this really giant ladybug that was flying up above us, and you could see kind of his like legs dangling around. And I asked her if she wanted to see where the ladybug was going, and she said, I'm just so exhausted from chasing after her. I'm gonna sit here on this bench. And the symbolism that was there was we were at a bus stop, and I said, oh, that's okay. It's like a bus transit. She'll be back around. And the ladybug was representative of abundance and opportunities and blessings. When she was sitting on the bench, I gave her some lemonade for us to drink with one another. And I asked her, like, hey, what's going on with you feeling kind of defeated? And she said, well, I just feel like I'm putting in all this effort and I'm not getting the payoff that I want, like big manifestations. This is when her higher self came in and showed me a domino. The domino is represented of decisions that we are making in life. Any type of decisions, like you brushing your teeth, taking a shower, writing an email, doing all these action steps in the 3D for your business or your job, or, you know, hanging out with your kids. It's just any kind of decisions. And what was happening was she was knocking one of the dominoes over, and then it would just flop. I said it's giving flop Tina. And this is where we are anticipating disappointment. That is a safety mechanism from childhood, because you had potentially parents who either held really high expectations or no expectations, or there was a lot of trauma in your household. We end up bracing for impact, and then that rolls over into our adult behaviors and affects our manifesting abilities, because we're doing the same exact thing with bringing all these things into our life of saying like, oh, nothing I ever do is good enough. Let me go ahead and brace for it not to work out. And I said, those dominoes, we need to start looking at the cascade of amazing, wonderful things that are going to continue to happen because you are making forward momentum with setting those off. So what was happening prior, hitting a domino and just falling. I said, when you back it up on more of a quantum scale, every single decision that you make sets you off on a new trajectory. So there's brushing my teeth. Oh, there's all of these amazing things that happen from that, because you could not brush your teeth and then you have stanky breath and nobody wants to get close to you and you don't have the conversations that you would have otherwise. Every single thing like that is like the butterfly effect. But you're seeing these big monumentous things is the dominoes, where it's literally every single decision that you're making, and we need to put equal importance on every single domino. And does that mean that we're not going to succeed if we make decisions that aren't in alignment with us? No, not necessarily. I told her this is the symbolism in your psyche, in your subconscious. Okay, that's symbolism is really important for making things tangible and integrating it into our lives. Let's say that you have a domino that's not in alignment, like you decide to go out drinking one night, which is fine, okay, but we get wasty, and then we need to be at work in the next morning very early. That domino, we are going to, in our mind, stop it and not allow it to fall over and create a cascade. Okay, we're going to learn from that, that was not the best decision, and we need to set up a different type of domino next time, one that is in soul alignment and in congruence with the version of ourselves who we want to embody. But all throughout the day, we need to be really fueling our decisions with, this is creating so much forward movement and success in my life. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. Is this decision of washing the dishes, of exercising, of eating a salad, of whatever that looks like for you, or making these big decisions in your business or your career or with your kids, they are all helping you improve your life. Every single one of those is going to become a cascade of blessings and opportunities. The only reason it hasn't is because you feel like you keep on knocking down these individual ones, and we're not seeing the bigger web of how they're all interconnected. So let's say that you make 10,000 decisions in a day. I know that sounds like a lot, but maybe. So 10,000 decisions in a day. What we were seeing before is just 10,000 dominoes just flopping over. No, we need to see the butterfly effect of every single one of those. And even though they're in their singular lines, if you back up again on a bigger cosmic scale, all of the dominoes are interconnected with one another. This is why I was telling another client where people start going to the gym at the beginning of the year and say, I'm going to go every single day. And then they skip a day or two and they say, well, I missed a day, so I obviously this is not for me. And then they don't go anymore because they're setting the expectations like way too high of self. Why don't we just include 1 or 2 more positive actions a week? We don't have to go full throttle, because behavioral patterns, it's a whole process to integrate those. I mean, they can be very instantaneous and overnight, but what I have seen in my life and the life of others is if we can integrate those at a pace that is realistic for where we are at in life, it is more likely going to succeed. What is also fuel for those dominoes to keep on cascading is for you to see that they are as important as any other of the dominoes. Like, it is really great that you're getting up and taking a shower, or putting on a cute outfit, or taking your dogs out for a walk, or playing with your kids. These are all things that keep our vibration and frequency really high, and that has effects over the entirety of your life. But sometimes we're not seeing that. We're not seeing how that's correlated to our finances or our romantic relationships or our career, but it really does. Like, you are a whole being, not all these separate pieces. And so all of these decisions are of equal importance. And so while we are making decisions throughout the day, imagine in your mind that you're one of those dominoes over. Oh, you know what? I made me a green juice today for my digestive system. I know that this is going to have a cascade of opportunities and blessings come to me because of the butterfly effect. This system is going to completely improve your self-concept and show you how much forward momentum that you are actually making, because sometimes we get so caught up in the mundane 3D and we're very much in like this subconscious mindset groove, like Groundhog Day. Well, take a minute and be a little bit more intentional with seeing how much improvement that you have made over your life in the last couple of years, or maybe the entirety of your life, and bring more importance to these everyday decisions that you're making. And then that's going to put pings out into the universe of saying, I am such a successful person. And guess what? That is going to manifest more manifestations that enter alignment with you being a successful person, having an incredible self-concept and honoring yourself and revering yourself. That is how you're going to bring in a plethora of things into your life. But it all starts with you knocking over that domino and say, oh, there it goes.